It is Thursday, June the 19th.
And Saturday,
Not Friday.
in
Saturday.
the morning, is going to be the first day of summer.
Correct. And is the longest day of the year.
Yes. And summer trips and vacations and pools and families and picnics are going to be underway. So have a good, safe summer and wear the sunscreen. Don't forget.
Absolutely. We're somewhere around halfway through the year, and I've
Yes.
had these at the last three appointments. The clients have all asked the same question:
Okay.
What's the second half look like?
What's the second half look like?
Yes.
Well, it's going to start off with a tone of what happens in the Middle East this week with Israel and Iran, and ultimately potentially the United States being drawn into it more so than we already are, is going to be a factor that will set the results of the first 6 months.
And
next 6 months.
Next 6 months. My response is that we're in a period of time, and have been in this period of time for the better part of 3 or 4 years, where it's not so much economics driving the market; it's big events. Black swan events.
Right.
And we would put the Iranian-Israeli war in that category. So while things may look good on paper, or they're getting better on paper, you still got a lot of big hurdles to go over by stuff we don't even know what's going to happen.
Right. I think the second thing to answer in your question about the next 6 months was some indication of what the Fed has done this week, and that is they continue to pause on interest rates. Remember the roads we talked about a couple weeks ago? 3 things we needed to go down the right side. One of the 3 was a reduction of interest rates. Well, I guess you can call September late summer.
Yep.
The market was hoping for a June reduction. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
It's unclear if it will happen in September. I think we said this morning
64%
Yeah.
chance, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
I think like 3 weeks ago it was in the 70s as far as the probability of that. So it's actually the probability is actually lessening as time goes on.
And then the other thing that's happening that you won't, I'll mention it. It's still the big unknown. Unknown is a key term in what happens in the second 6 months is the tariff. That's the unknown. Let's set that aside for this week's discussion. But the big beautiful bill.
That's the biggie that's on the table right now.
Therein lies the big one. And the prediction is something's going to get passed.
Yeah, probably not before July 4th. They were wanting to get it done pre-July 4th,
Right.
but it looks like that's not going to happen, and it's going to be later in July.
Brian Westbury, who's the chief economist at First Trust, we have hosted him, and we utilize his knowledge and his information that he gives. Says this is one of the most challenging times for him and his staff to really understand where the market is going to go. There is enough indication that the market will be up by the end of the year to answer your questions of your client. We believe it's going to be up. There's enough unknown because of what we've discussed that we can say it's unclear. From my perspective, I have not changed anything about being involved in the marketplace right now.
Yeah. So we're not reducing exposure, but we're not really increasing it very much right now.
Right.
So if you're in a 60-40 portfolio, 60% equities and 40% defensive, we're going to leave you there. And if you're artificially too conservative, we'll have a discussion about perhaps upping the equities, because we do think we're going to be better off at year's end. But still, it's too close to call.
What I can tell you, though, in us looking at all the accounts, looking at the numbers, understanding the numbers, how we have it invested, and what we're choosing investing, are giving us at this point in time a good balance of risk and a good balance of opportunity when the market begins to come up. So we're comfortable where we are with your money. We do this each and every week because we know the importance of it. We want to be with you however you would like, whether that is a visit, whether that's a Zoom, whether that's a video. Call us anytime if you have questions or concerns. But no, we understand. It is your money.
And your money matters. Have a great rest of the week and weekend. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.